How about that spring anime season that started about a month ago and most shows are already halfway done? How about that, huh? Anyway, let's start with the sequels and leftovers. The only leftover I care about is Requiem of the Rose King, and I am way too behind, so let's just move on to the sequels. Which we do have a bunch of, most of which I'm honestly not watching, so why am I even mentioning them? Anyway, I'm not watching most of these right now, but I figured I'd mention them because I know that they are important to a lot of people. So here they come. First off, we have Komi-san Season 2, which is obviously the continuation of Komi-san's cute, wholesome adventures, and I know that so many people wanted this to happen, so here it is. I will need to catch up with Season 1 first, to be honest. Then we have Kaguya-sama Season 3? I didn't even watch Season 1, it felt a bit too much for me, but it's a fan favorite, so here it is. Kaguya-sama Season 3. I didn't know we were at Season 3 already, but anyway, enjoy everyone. Then we have Magia Record final season, supposedly, and I didn't finish Season 2, but I will probably after this one is done so I can binge and try to make sense of it all, because as much as I love Madoka, this spin-off slash side story didn't really make too much sense at first, so I will need to give it my full undivided attention. Then we have Rise of the Shield Hero Season 2. Finally! Honestly, what the fuck took so long? I am so happy we are getting more of this show because for an isekai, it's really good and well done in every single way. And the only thing that annoys me is that 1, this season is gonna be short, and 2, the sexualization of the Beast Girls can be a bit much. But other than that, the season looks good and exciting as fuck, and I can't wait to actually catch up to it. And last but not least of the sequels, Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall. The year is 2062. Earth has been left in ruin after the failure of a labor automation project when the AI called Artemis waged war against humanity. Girl, Empress, awakens in a research lab. As one of the 3 surviving Guardians, she must destroy the orbital elevator before Artemis can complete its construction. Failure will result in a machine army overrunning Earth. However, Artemis's unmanned forces and the cult may have motives of their own. Okay, so Black Rock Shooter means a lot to me, and I didn't even play the games. I just watched the show and the OVA back when I was a teenager, and I loved it. Somehow it just hit me so hard, like a bag of bricks, and when the show got announced, it made me so fucking happy. But it's just fine. Like, some of the animation is actually pretty good, but some of it is literal poop. The story is a bit vague at this point, at least as far as I've managed to watch so far, but the voice acting and the music is definitely great, and I will finish it at some point. And then the new stuff. First off, couple of cuckoos. Mixed up with another family's child as a baby, high school student Umino Nagi is finally meeting his biological parents. On the day of their meeting, he happens to encounter Amano Erika, a high school student at a prestigious and wealthy girls' school. At her request, he's half forced into pretending to be her boyfriend so she can avoid marrying her fiancé. However, not only were they the babies who had been mixed up, they're also engaged to each other. The loving parents of both families officially recognize their engagement, and the couple begins living together. Nagi is in love with his classmate, Segawa Hiro, and Erika is determined to rebel against her father, so the couple agree not to get involved with each other. The mixed up and chaotic romantic comedy starts now. Well, I'm not a fan of the borderline incest, but You know I like my trash anime sometimes, and there just needs to be one each season, and this is as close to trash as it gets. But it's also kinda cute and wholesome somehow, and I love the animation. It's so clear and pretty, and the characters are interesting enough, but I do hate the parents. Like, what the fuck do you mean you want your children to be married? How is that not weird? Ugh, I don't know. It's a weird, cute trash show, but I like it, so I'm gonna keep watching. Deaimon, Recipe for Happiness. Nagomu Irino returns to his Kyoto home for the first time in 10 years, when his father is hospitalized. Nagomu is eager to take over Ryokusho, the family's Japanese sweet shop, but he's instead asked to be a father figure to Itsuka Yukihira, a girl everyone calls the successor. The way every season needs a trashy show, every season also needs at least one cute and fluffy show. This is very similar to some of my favorite shows from past seasons, like Barakamon and Cuteness and Lightning, and even Usagi Drop to a certain extent, and I am loving it so far. The pastel colors are always so calming and warm, the character dynamics just work, the food looks great, and is just bound to pull on my heartstrings, I know it. So, if you want something cute and wholesome, but also surprisingly touching, watch Deaimon. Next up, Aharen's Son. The story follows the indecipherable daily life of the short and quiet Reina Aharen and Raido, who sits next to her. Aharen is not so good at gauging the distance between people, and Raido initially felt some distance between the two of them. One day, when Raido picked up the eraser that Aharen had dropped, the distance between them suddenly became uncomfortably close. This is not necessarily my cup of tea, but I did find it cute enough to give it a try. I'm not gonna lie, I find it kind of weird, but Aharen's Son is very cute. And I do like how Raido tries to do everything in his power to be friends with her and make sure he can communicate with her. But it is a bit too over the top and silly for me somehow. I'm not even sure what it is, but it is definitely cute, and if you like wholesome high school shenanigans, I would recommend this. Heroines run the show. Hiyori left her hometown to pursue her passion, track and field, by enrolling in a high school in Tokyo. Looking for a part-time job in Tokyo, she ended up working as an apprentice manager for her classmates Yujiro Someya and Aizo Shibasaki. The story revolves around the coming of age of Hiyori as she juggles school, extracurricular life, and managing Lip Lip as they shine on stage. I'm not a big fan of idol stuff, as I've established, but I do dabble. And this is an interesting take, with the main girl having to manage two snobby idol boys, who granted are very pretty, but also are kind of assholes. I really like the opening and the music overall, and this look into the idol world is very fascinating. The dynamic of these characters and how they manage, get it, each other, is very compelling. And it also looks really pretty when it wants to. So I am gonna continue watching and we'll see how it goes. Shikimori is not just a cutie. The ultimate heartthrob girlfriend appears. Naturally unlucky high school student Izumi's girlfriend is his classmate Shikimori. She has a beautiful smile and kind personality and always seems happy when she's with Izumi. She's a pretty, cute, and loving girlfriend, but when Izumi's in trouble, she transforms into a super cool heartthrob girlfriend. The fun lives of the cute and cool Shikimori, Izumi, and their good friends never end. This is probably the show most will call the show with the best girl of the season, and I would be lying if I said I didn't like Shikimori. There's just something about her. Not just that she's cute and protective, there's something weird and mysterious about her that I like, although I might be overthinking it. I am very curious, however, where this is all going other than just the usual episodic shenanigans, and I hope there's an actual story here as well. Also, the opening's great. In the heart of Kunoichi Tsubaki, the story centers on the titular Tsubaki Kunoichi, the best student in her school. She lives in a village of women with the rule that they cannot have contact with men. However, she has a curiosity about men that she cannot reveal. This is basically just cute ninja girls doing cute ninja girl things. Or Naruto, but make it cute and fluffy. I really like the style and I like the premise, but it's also a bit too episodic for my taste. I like my stories to progress, I guess, but I will give it a few more episodes for sure because it does look really good. The characters are adorable, their designs are so unique to each of them, and I love what they did with the ninja outfits. Also, the OP is pretty damn good. Spy Family, or Spy X Family, depending on how you pronounce it. Everyone has a part of themselves they cannot show to anyone else. At a time when all nations of the world were involved in a fierce war of information happening behind closed doors, Ostania and Vestalis had been in a state of cold war against one another for decades. The Vestalis Intelligence Service's Eastern Focus Division, WISE, sent their most talented spy, Twilight, on a top-secret mission to investigate the movements of Donovan Desmond, the chairman of Ostania's National Unity Party, who is threatening peace efforts between the two nations. The mission is known as Operation Strix. It consists of putting together a family in 1 week in order to infiltrate social gatherings organized by the elite school that Desmond's son attends. Twilight takes on the identity of psychiatrist Lloyd Forger and starts looking for family members. Anya, the daughter he adopts, turns out to have the ability to read people's minds, while his wife, Yor, is an assassin. With it being in each of their own interests to keep these facts hidden, they start living together while concealing their true identities from one another. World peace is now in the hands of this brand new family as they embark on an adventure full of surprises. This is probably most people's favorite this season, and for a reason. It is cute, it is wholesome, it's action-packed, and apparently it is a good adaptation. It looks and sounds great. Anya is the most adorable little shit ever, and I am loving the characters and their relationship and how pure it actually is. I am a bit behind, but I am loving it so far. Summertime Render. A sci-fi summer story filled with suspense set on a small island with Shinpei Aijiro, whose childhood friend Ushio Kofune has died. He returns to his hometown for the first time in 2 years for the funeral. So Hishigata, his best friend, suspects something is off with Ushio's death, and that someone can die next. A sinister omen is heard as an entire family next door suddenly disappeared the following day. Furthermore, Mio, Ushio's sister, implicates a shadow 3 days before Ushio's death. This is my jam. It instantly gave me Higurashi vibes, with the death-incurred time loop, the old village, the festival, the mysterious entities. It's just so damn good. Yes, it is a lot different than Higurashi, but I love this. It's surprisingly dark and bloody, and it mixes the supernatural with the philosophical, which is always a good mindfuck, and it also looks fucking great. Honestly, Shinpei is pretty much a Makoto Shinkai character with longer hair. He looks so good. All the characters are so clean and the backgrounds and the effects are so nicely done. The music is great, although I am not a fan of the opening's visuals as much, and I think that the ending works a lot better. But overall, this is my jam, and if you like sci-fi mystery with a lot of murder, watch this, please. Not enough people are talking about it. Dance Dance Dancer. Dancer Noble, a ballet dancer qualified to dance the role of the prince. Second-year junior high student Murao Junpei was fascinated by ballet as a boy, but gave up on dancing after his father's death, as he had to become a man. However, one day, a beautiful transfer student named Godai Miyako appears before him. Miyako takes notice in Junpei's love of ballet and invites him to dance with her. Along with Miyako's cousin Mori Luo, he begins his career as a full-fledged ballet dancer with the aim of becoming the world's best dancer, the danseur noble. Only those who have sacrificed everything are permitted to stand in the beautiful and harsh world of classical ballet. What will be the fate of a total beginner like Junpei? Okay, this is my favorite of the season. This show is so powerful and beautiful and just, I love it so much. This is the only show that I've actually been keeping up with this season because it's something that needs more love. The way it talks about pursuing what you love, similarly to My Dress Up Darling. The way it explores what being a man or being masculine is, similar to My Dress Up Darling. I love that it's breaking these stupid gender norms, and honestly, there's probably no better way to do this than through ballet. And I'm not exactly a ballet fan. I find it fascinating and incredible that some people are able to do these things, sure. But on the other end, I hate the culture around it, how strict it is, how unhealthy it can be in more than one way. But I do still appreciate it as an art form. And it can be beautiful. And it is so damn beautiful in this anime. The animation is stunning, the movements are fluid, there is little to no visible CG. It's just gorgeous. No surprise from MAPPA, honestly. The music overall and the opening and ending are all great, let alone the voice acting. I could gush about this anime for hours, but I'm not gonna, so I'm just gonna say go and watch Dance Dance Dancer. And last, but certainly not least, ya boy Kongming. Fate and reincarnation deliver brilliant military strategist Kongming from warring ancient China to Japan's modern party hotspot in Shibuya City, Tokyo. After a lifetime of battles and military skirmishes, Kongming wished with his last breath to be reborn in a world of peace and prosperity. It's nearly 2 millennia later, and he's finding his way in a very different world than that of his past life. When he meets Eiko, an amateur musician with big dreams, the unlikely duo strikes up an even unlikelier friendship. Eiko has street smarts to help Kongming navigate this strange new world, and Kongming will use his strategic mind to help Eiko achieve stardom. This one is great. Honestly, I saw a lot of hype around it, mostly due to the opening, but it's a lot more than just the cool song and animated sequence. It's fucking pure and adorable and beautifully animated. And even though the singing doesn't necessarily always match the lips, everything else looks and sounds fucking great. Eiko is adorable and might just be my best girl pick for the season, and ya boy is actually fucking wholesome and I really love him. I thought he'd annoy me with his historical bullshit, but I actually like it, and the tiny bit of educational aspect is also cool because, you know, history is cool. So I would definitely suggest watching ya boy Kongming. And that's it. That is all the shows I managed to at least check out this season, but there is so much more that I find interesting. I just can't find the time to watch. That's part of why I've been putting off this video. There's so many shows that seem like they're worth watching. I just can't watch them all. It's impossible, to be honest. Anyway, there's quite a few good ones here. From a historical figure reverse isekaiing into modern-day Tokyo to help a best girl candidate achieve her dreams, to sequels of actual isekai shows that everyone's been waiting for way too long, to some wholesome spy family action, to borderline incest trash, to deep character drama from the world of ballet. There is something for everyone, as per usual. So in case you haven't decided what to watch yet halfway into the season, these are my recommendations. I do hope you find something interesting among them. Or if you started watching something else I didn't mention, do let me know. I'm always curious what others are watching. Anyway, thank you for watching whatever this was. I hope it was at least watchable. feel free to like and subscribe or follow me on Twitter for the random ramblings and Instagram for the occasional post. And I'll see you guys next time, whenever that may be. Bye!